You don't like that you're feeling out of breath when you're just going up a simple flight of stairs. You don't like that daily activities feel more difficult for you and you can't get as much done in your day as you want. You know you should get in better shape, but you can't or don't want to go to the gym. And yet you still want to improve your fitness. How can you do that without going to the gym? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. But here's what this will not be. This is not going to be the specific exercises that you need. This is going to be something actually more important than that. If you want the exercises themselves, I have a video playlist just for you, which you can see on your screen right now or in the description below. Step 1, figure out how many days per week you can realistically devote to exercise. And it doesn't have to be an hour each time. Even if all you have is 10 minutes per day, great. That's better than 0 minutes per day, and it's likely better than what you're doing now. And I emphasize realistically. Not ideally, but realistically. How do you know that this is an appropriate amount of time? You should test yourself by asking, even if I'm super busy at work or with life in general, can I still do this amount of exercise? If the answer is no, make it even less. Instead of doing, let's say, 5 days per week, do 4 days per week or 3 days per week. Instead of going for half an hour, try 20 minutes. So that's your stress test of can you fit exercise into your schedule. Step 2 is to identify what fitness quality you want to improve: strength, flexibility, or endurance. And then prioritize them. Is there one that you want to improve more than the others? If you have no priorities, my suggestion to you will be to improve your strength, because improving your strength will improve everything: strength, endurance, flexibility. But improving endurance will not improve your strength or flexibility. Improving your flexibility will not improve your strength or endurance. So either prioritize them, or if you have no priorities, prioritize strength. The reason for prioritizing is if you have unlimited time, great, you don't need to prioritize. But I'm guessing that you probably have a limited amount of time, so you have to figure out what's most important to you, next most important, least important. Step 3. After you've prioritized your fitness goals, you have to identify what are the activities that will help you improve those fitness qualities. In other words, if your top priority is strength, well, the obvious choice is strength training. If you prioritized cardio or endurance, the obvious choice is cardiovascular exercise. If you prioritized flexibility, the obvious choice to do that is stretching. Again, this is not an exercise video in and of itself. I have a playlist for you on your screen right now or in the description below. But the idea is to just have a general picture of what are the modalities that will improve that specific fitness quality. Step 4. Now that you've prioritized and you've identified the type of exercise that will help you get there, create a routine for yourself. Either watch other YouTube videos, watch my videos, better yet, hire professionals to do that for you, to identify what are the most effective ways for you to get to where you want to be. Because you can do a good thing in the time you have, or you can do the best thing in the time you have. They both take the same amount of time, but you want to maximize your efficiency and get more out of your workouts. In step 5, I've left the most important one for last, and that is to seek progress. Progress is the name of the game. Every time you should be looking to improve your performance over last time by the smallest possible increment. For example, in strength training, there are multiple ways to progress. You can increase the repetitions. You can increase the number of sets. You can increase the amount of weight. You can shorten the rest periods between exercises or between sets. You can increase the speed, decrease the speed, and other forms of progression. All you need to do is you need to pick 2 forms of progression. What I do with my clients, generally speaking, and there are exceptions, is I'll give my clients a repetition range. I'll tell them, I want you to do between 10 and 15 repetitions. And I explain to them, I want you to aim for 15 every time. If you've hit 15, raise the weight by the smallest possible increment. If you haven't hit 15, keep the weight until you can hit 15 and then raise the weight. If you haven't even hit 10, then lower the weight until you can get between 10 and 15 repetitions. And I'm just using 10 to 15 as an example. There's a time and a place for lower repetitions or higher repetitions. So seek progress. That's if your modality is strength training. If your modality is cardio, there are other ways to progress. You can increase the duration, you can increase the speed. If you're doing interval training, you can shorten the rest periods between intervals. You can increase the incline if you're using a treadmill. So again, seek progress. With flexibility, there are also ways to seek progress. And one way is to increase the duration of the stretch. Another way is to increase the degrees. Let's say you're doing a straddle and you can only open your legs to about 120 degrees. A form of progress is to get them out to 125 degrees. So seek progress in anything that you do, because an exercise program should not be stagnant. An exercise program should be dynamic. As your body changes, so should your exercise program. They drive each other. The exercise program improves your body, and your body improves the exercise program. If all this sounds confusing and overwhelming to you, and you want some personalized help with your own fitness in the time and the equipment that you have, this is exactly what we specialize in home personal training virtually via Zoom, Google Meet, etc. you can feel free to see if you qualify to work with us by clicking on the link in the description below. And what that will do is it'll take you to an application form that where you apply for a 10 to 15 minute Zoom chat with one of our team members or myself. It's no pressure, no obligation, no sales pitch, just to see whether we can help you. So check that out right now. Thank you and goodbye.